Did you know Google gives you a free website with your Google business profile? Well, they used to. It's not really on anymore. You can access it, but it's kind of tricky. This episode here today, we're going to walk you through the steps on how to get it. Welcome back to Local SEO Tactics, where we bring you tips and tricks to get found online. I'm your host, Jesse Dolan. This episode here today, we're going to talk about your Google Business Profile website. Now, we have talked about this in the past, your GMB website. We'll link to it in the show notes. It is something that we've gone through and talked about the power of. However, in recent years, Google has really detuned or de-emphasized this, and you can no longer access this website through your Google Business Profile dashboard, at least not without a little bit of trickery, which is what we're going to get into here today. If you remember back in episode 207 with Victor Perez, we talked a lot about different Google Business Profile and Maps ranking tactics, tricks, and things that matter. One of the things we hit on was the Google Business Profile website. And that reminded me, I don't think a lot of people know how to access this nowadays. Victor kind of alluded to it, and we even teased about doing it in a future episode. So here we go. Let's dive into it today and show you how to access and manage and manipulate and edit and anything else you want to do with your Google Business Profile website. Yes, it still exists. Yes, it still has some SEO value, and there's some pretty cool things that you can do with it, but you don't know how to get at it most likely. I'm going to show you that here today. So let me start by sharing my screen. All right, now anybody listening on podcast, I'll still try to walk through this and explain it kind of in audio format, what I'm doing. But this is definitely an episode where you're going to want to jump over to YouTube, watch how to do this, and it might make a little bit more sense. So first thing, in order to modify, change, or access our Google Business Profile website, we have to be logged into our Google Business Profile. So go ahead and do that, and then click on your profile, and you should see something similar to what I have on the screen. Here we're looking at our Intrix Google Business Profile, and you're going to want to click on these three dots right up here and click on, I'm sorry, you're not going to want to do that. Almost led you down the wrong path right away. You want to click on Edit Profile right here, this icon up in the left corner of the screen. And then this pop-up window that you see right here, you're going to want to view the source on this. Now there's two options here. When I right click, can't see that. Well, I thought that would share on the screen, but it looks like this window doesn't share when I right click. So when I right click on the screen, there's two options. You can click View Page Source or View Frame Source. Anybody who is a web developer, programmer, has messed with some HTML, hopefully you've viewed page source before, and this isn't going to be a foreign thing to you. Anybody else who hasn't got this technical, don't worry, there's a lot of stuff that's going to pop up on the screen. We're not going to really read through all the code. We're going to be looking for something specific that I'm going to show you that we're going to pull out of it. So don't be dismayed here by what you see. Everybody who is familiar, we're going to jump into the source code. We're going to look for a little string here and copy some data out of it. But you can view the page source or the frame source. It's particularly important here that you choose the frame source because we want to look at the source code for this frame that popped up, this business information frame. So click View Frame Source. And then you're going to see all the source code here. A bunch of gobbledygook, right? Just a bunch of code mashed together, and that's fine. We're going to do a search. I'm using Google Chrome, so I'm going to do Control F. And the search that we're going to look for here is going to be data, D-A-T-A, semicolon, two dots. Or is that a colon? I always forget. It's the two dots either way. And the left bracket. So data, colon, left bracket, okay? No spaces, all together. And you should see three instances of this that pop up on your screen. And typically, always, as far as what we've ever seen, the third instance is what you're going to look for. So on my screen right here, right, it shows that I have found three instances in the code of that string, the data, colon, left bracket. And if I click up and down through my arrows here, you can see it's flipping through my screen. and it's highlighted down here. You can see right here where it says data. Right after that, it's one verification processing. If I go down again, this is the one we're looking for. And if I just go back to the first one, null, 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 right? So you can see after that string for the data, which is listed on the screen 3 times, there are 3 different instances with 3 different contexts where it's listing this. So we're specifically looking for this right here, where it's data and then this code. And it's going to be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Thanks for following with me as I counted to 20 there. In this case, it's a 20-digit code. I think every time we've done it, that is the case. And we do this for all of our client websites and SEOs that we manage. So we're going to grab that code. So I'm just going to copy and paste this whole thing right here, save it down to a notebook. That numerical sequence is what we're looking for. That's what we're going to use here. So just to back up, log in your Google Business Profile, edit your profile, that business information screen that pops up, right click on that, click View Frame Source, not Page Source, but View Frame Source. And then we're going to look for this data, semicolon, colon, whatever it is. I should have researched that ahead of time. And left bracket. We're going to do a search for that string, and you're going to look for the 3rd instance of that string showing up. After that, there should be a number sequence. In this case, it's 20 digits. We're going to copy that number sequence. That's what we're looking for out of this. I'm going through all that again because if for some reason you see 2 or 4, instances of that data showing up when you do your search, we're looking for this string of this string of numbers here, just like you see it, not the other text, not the other information. We're looking for this string of numbers, just like you can see on my screen right there. All right, so you're going to copy. You're going to want to highlight and copy this code right here. So everything between the quotation marks, just looking for this string of digits. You want to copy that. And then in the show notes for this episode page, we're going to go ahead and paste this placeholder in. So you can go back to localseotactics.com, and I'm going to show you a URL with a placeholder. The placeholder is put your code here, and you're going to want to just swap that out. If you're watching this on the video, you can go ahead and see this on the screen. I'm going to share it. I will also read it for everybody who's listening. And then again, we'll put it into these show notes for reference for you as well. So let me switch here to share that. Hey everyone, hope you're enjoying this episode. I wanted to interrupt real quick to share a review with you that we've received for the show. Also to mention, if you haven't left a review yet, we would love to hear from you, as I always say, because it's true. This is how we know that the show is working, right? That we're reaching you, that we're giving you good action items and giving you information that you can actually do something with. Going out to localseotactics.com, click the button for reviews if you're so inclined to leave us a review and give us that feedback. We'd love to hear it, and of course, we'll share it. Just like here, we have a great review from Ryan5150, and the review says, "You guys rock. I stumbled upon your podcast just a few days ago and have listened to probably 6 hours worth of informative SEO information. I'm a business owner of a small construction-related business and was able to master my own local SEO, I think accidentally, because at the time I knew nothing about SEO, and was ranking in the top 5 of my area without paying Google a dime." Okay, pause right there. Great job. Love hearing that. All right, back to the review. This was in 2020, and because of the success, I was able to build a big house for my family outside of town. But this also meant moving my physical Google business address to an area where there really is no work. My Google ranking tanked. I switched to a service area and have been frantically trying to regain traction and rank high again. This podcast had taught me so many things I had no clue about before, from headlines to organic keyword, page content, citations, backlinks, creating pages dedicated to my services and service locations, and much, much more. I'm loving every minute of it. Each day I go home and spend at least an hour or two optimizing my website and listings, fueled by what I learned on this podcast. Thank you. Sounds like an SEO is born. I'm just saying. Really appreciate the feedback. Glad we could help. Love hearing that. That really gives us good energy and lifts the spirits for the show, for what we're doing. Everybody else, if you feel that way, or even just a slight amount on the spectrum of positivity and would like to share with us how we've helped, or let everybody else know that this is a great show, we would love to hear that from you. And again, we'll read that on the episode here. Going out to localseotactics.com, click the button for reviews, and we'd love to hear from you. Thanks. All right, so you can see here in the notepad, I've shared it. Here's the address. It's https // I should say / business.google.com/site/1/ and then here I have put your code here. Okay. And so what you're going to do is you're going to copy that number sequence that we had. And you're just going to put that right there where it says put your code here. So now it'll say https business.google.com/site/1/ and then the code. Now we're going to navigate to this. So again, just to kind of reset, I'm going to stop my screen share. Just to reset, we have logged into our Google Business profile. We've clicked on edit profile. We've then right clicked on that frame that pops up for business information. We have then right clicked on that, view frame source, searched the frame source for data, left bracket, found the number sequence that's after the third instance of that, copy that number sequence, pasted it into this URL, and now we're going to pop that URL into our web browser, and that is going to bring us to our Google Business profile. So let's go ahead and visit that. Hey everyone, just a quick message about our free SEO audit tool on localseotactics.com, and we'll get right back to the show. If you haven't taken advantage of it yet, go on out to localseotactics.com/free SEO audit, or look for the yellow button up in the top right corner, click that. And it's going to take just a couple seconds. You enter in the page that you want to optimize, what you're looking for the audit to score against. Enter in that page, enter in the keyword you're looking to get optimized for, and enter in your email address, click the button, and it's going to take a few seconds, and then it's going to send you off a PDF report via email. It's a great report. It's going to kind of give you an overall score of some vital SEO areas for that page and for your website at large, even though it's auditing this page. That's going to tell you some of the good things that are happening, some of the bad things that are happening too, and give you basically a checklist of some things that you need to shore up and what you can do to improve your SEO for that page, for that keyword that you're auditing. Now you can use this as many times as you want. You can do multiple keywords, multiple pages, multiple keywords on the same page. You can even use this to check against your competitors, right? If you want to do a little reverse engineering, see how they're scoring for a certain keyword, what they may be doing good that you're not, and some things to improve there. So lots of different ways to use it, completely free. Again, go on to localseotactics.com/free SEO audit, or look for the yellow button in the top right corner of the website. All right. And here you go. I have it up on the screen. You can see this is the Google Business Profile website for Intrix SEO services. If I click this for view site, we can see here it's live. There's the address. And any changes that we make to this would be live. So why would you want to do this, right? That's the question. Okay. So this website is probably turned off by default. If you've had a Google Business Profile for years and had this on before, then your site is probably out there and still active. If this is something that's new to you and your GBP is launched in the last couple of years, there's a good chance that this is turned off. So you can go in here and you can turn this on. You can publish this. As you can see on my screen here, this has already been published. That's why up in the top right corner, it says view site and not publish. Now, if we hadn't published this before, then definitely publish it. And that's going to be a pretty cool little trick for SEO. This Google Business Profile website is going to pull in kind of all the main functions of your GBP and put them into a website. Completely free, by the way, right? Now, this isn't going to be some silver bullet for SEO. It's just a cool trick to get more of your information out there for Google. And to one of Victor's points, things that you put on this website, there's a good chance you're going to be able to get those things indexed or crawled by Google. So there's some things that you can do with this to feed information to Google to help your broader rankings, to help your entity, to help your business, and to connect some of the dots by manipulating a Google-owned property that we all think is pretty darn good odds Google's going to be crawling this and aware of what you're doing with it. Okay, so publish this website. And now you can see a few things here. Every new Google Business Profile post that you put out there, it's going to be added to that website. You can manipulate and add your own text to this website. You can treat this like we were talking with Victor, kind of like schema, like same as type stuff, right? You can put links to things about your business. You can put links to other properties, or if you have any like tiered linking going on, right? If you want to juice up some third-party listing or a Web 2.0 listing, whatever it is. Things like that, press releases. We were talking with Victor in that episode as well. So definitely go back and you can check out that episode for a little bit of a primer on some of the tricks you can do. And go crazy with it. Do whatever you want to do with it. This is a live website. This isn't going to replace your business website by any means. And actually, if you check back, I believe it was episode 83. Let me just check. So we also talked back in episode 74 about some tips and tricks on how to leverage this. A lot of that stuff's still going to apply today, even though some of the tactics may be outdated or maybe not as powerful as they were. You can still leverage this Google Business Profile website to do the same things. So this is a cool trick, a little bit complicated to get there. So we would definitely recommend that you save that URL, right? The one that we grabbed the code from, that we put into, that we pasted, then to get on this screen here, save that URL, because you are probably going to want to check back on this later, update it, add some more information, take down something, right? If you've already kind of run a certain campaign, maybe get some PR, some press releases up there, whatever it is. Save this URL, bookmark it so you can go back to there to do some more SEO trickery down the road, and definitely take advantage of this. Worst case scenario, if you just go in there to turn this on and publish it, that's just going to be one more little thing that you can do to get that out there into the Google sphere and try to impact your SEO overall. Hopefully that helped you out. A little bit more technical on this one today. Again, if you're listening on audio, I would recommend you go back, check out YouTube. You can watch a little bit of the how-to step-by-step to get to this, because it is a little bit more technical, a little bit more into the weeds. But either way, hopefully this helps you out and it's something that you can turn on, get a little bump for your business. And I really appreciate you checking this episode out. Catch you in the next one. Take care.